You ever start an anime thinking the main character's a total loser? Then halfway through, they're literally a god? Yeah, today we're ranking the top 12 anime where weak MCs level up harder than your Wi-Fi signal. Number 12, Ari Ferreira. From commonplace to world's strongest. Our boy Hajime started off as your typical bullied high school nerd. No girls, no clout, just pure average energy. Then boom, one betrayal later, he's falling into the abyss like a rejected Minecraft character. But instead of dying, this man said bet and started grinding harder than a Dark Souls player on Rage Mode. Dude ate monsters, crafted guns out of nowhere, and turned into a literal one-man army. From can't even win a school fight to kills gods before breakfast. It's got that over-the-top power fantasy energy and a surprisingly sweet romance with Yu, his vampire waifu. The CGI? Looks like PlayStation 2 graphics in some scenes, but the story? Pure determination porn. Hajime's glow-up deserves a standing ovation and maybe some therapy. Number 11, The Rising of the Shield Hero. Naofumi started as the shield hero, which in any other anime would sound cool, except here, everyone treats him like the guy who brings a spoon to a sword fight. Betrayed, humiliated, framed, man was catching more L's than Team Rocket. But then, he stopped caring. This dude turned his pain into plot armor. Watching Naofumi grind from a broke, hated outcast into a full-blown tank god was chef's... Actually, no, we don't say that. Let's just call it peak revenge satisfaction. And let's not forget Raftalia, the raccoon girl who might just be one of the best companions in Isekai history. The pacing can drag sometimes, but seeing Naofumi clap demons with a shield is still way more satisfying than it has any right to be. Number 10, ReZero, starting life in another world. Ah, Subaru, the king of dying creatively. Dude thought he was getting a fun fantasy adventure, then learned the respawn feature comes with pain. Subaru starts as a walking cringe compilation. No powers, no plans, just simping for Amelia and dying in HD. But man, the growth. Watching him evolve from useless gamer boy to a mentally shattered yet unbreakable survivor? Beautiful. Kinda both. This anime will emotionally destroy you, then hand you tissues and tell you to keep watching. Every death hits harder than a tax bill, and every comeback feels earned. By season 2, Subaru's not just surviving, he's strategizing, manipulating timelines like Doctor Strange with trauma. But trust me, number 9, that one's pure slime glory. Number 9, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Satoru dies like a true hero, protecting his friend from a random stabbing. Next thing you know, man wakes up as a slime. Yep, the weakest creature in every RPG ever, except this slime's built different. Rimuru absorbs everything, skills, enemies, kingdoms, and casually becomes a god-level being with a chill personality and infinite patience for idiots. The world building? Chef's? Amazing. The humor? Spot on. The power scaling? Honestly ridiculous. What makes slime so fun is how Rimuru doesn't just flex power, he builds a freaking nation. A peaceful, diverse monster country where even the goblins are getting healthcare and upgrades. Rimuru's basically the UN Secretary General of Isekai. Number 8. Wise Man's Grandchild. This one starts with your standard died in modern Japan, reborn with magic plot, but with a twist. Shin, our MC, gets raised by literal Merlin 2.0. So yeah, man grows up learning magic like it's a weekend hobby. By the time he's old enough to go outside, he's already breaking physics and making spells the government probably wants to ban. But the best part? Shin's pure cluelessness. He doesn't realize he's overpowered. He just nukes everything and goes, was that too much? It's a fun, goofy ride with strong OPMC energy and a cast that feels like your D&D group after 3 energy drinks. Sure, it's not rewriting the genre, but it's perfect for when you just want to watch a good guy accidentally flex on everyone. Number 7. Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. The granddaddy of modern isekai. Before everyone was reincarnating into vending machines, this show gave us Rudis Greyrat, a washed-up NEET reborn into a magical world with all his memories intact. At first, he's pathetic, creepy, kind of you. But then, over time, you actually watch him grow. From lazy loser to responsible, brilliant mage, Rudis becomes one of the most well-written redemption arcs in anime. The world building's insane, the animation's gorgeous, and the magic system actually makes sense. Yeah, he's got flaws, boy's got issues, but his character development is unmatched. You don't just watch him get stronger, you watch him heal, learn, and become someone worth rooting for. By the end, you're like, Okay, I forgive you. Mostly. Number 6. Cautious hero. The hero is overpowered, but overly cautious. Okay, imagine if Batman and OCD had a baby. That's Seiya. This guy is summoned to save a world and trains for weeks before fighting a slime. A slime. He buys 10 backup swords, 10 backup potions, and probably 10 backup excuses for when he overkills enemies. At first, it's hilarious. You're like, bro, chill. But then, the story flips and you realize why he's like that. Suddenly, that paranoia, pain. That perfectionism, trauma. The comedy turns to feels real fast. Restart, the goddess who summoned him, deserves a medal for dealing with this man's nonsense. It's one of those shows that perfectly balances dumb humor with surprisingly deep emotion. Number 5. Jobless reincarnation. Yes again. Wait, didn't we just cover this? Yup. But this entry's here because Mushoku Tensei got 2 seasons, and Season 2 deserves its own spotlight. Rudis in the second part isn't just a prodigy, he's broken, alone, and learning how to rebuild his confidence from rock bottom. This part takes everything you thought you knew and cranks the character development to 11. It's more emotional, more mature, and honestly, some of the best storytelling in the isekai genre. The power-ups are cool, but it's the emotional growth that hits hardest. When Rudius finally overcomes his depression and steps back into his magic-filled world, it's a full-circle moment that'll have you ugly crying into your snacks. Number 4. The Faraway Paladin. This anime doesn't rush. It takes its time building a beautiful, emotional story about Will, a human child raised by undead guardians. Yeah, you heard me. His mom's a ghost, his dad's a skeleton, and his uncle's a mummy with solid life advice. Will starts out weak, but what makes him special isn't just his strength, it's his faith. The series has this old-school D&D vibe, with heart, philosophy, and just the right amount of sword swinging. No cheap harem, no fan service, just a deeply human story about finding purpose and strength through kindness and faith. It's calm but powerful, definitely one of the more underrated gems on this list. Number 3. Skeleton Knight in Another World. Now this one's wild. Our dude logs into a game as his armored skeleton avatar, then wakes up inside the game. Congrats, you're now the world's scariest calcium stick. Ark is basically if Ain's Uolgown had morals. He's overpowered, pure-hearted, and somehow adorable despite having no skin. Watching him try to do good deeds while people scream in terror? Comedy gold. The fights are flashy, the world is fun, and Ark's personality keeps things wholesome. It's that perfect mix of action, humor, and accidental intimidation. But trust me, number 2, that one swings a sword like nobody's business. Number 2, reincarnated as a sword. Our MC literally becomes a sword. That's right, no limbs, no body, just pure sharpness and sentience. And you know what? It works. He ends up partnered with Fran, a catgirl slave who dreams of freedom. Together, they're the ultimate team, teacher and student, weapon and wielder. The chemistry is incredible, and the fights, smooth, fast, and satisfyingly brutal. What makes this series shine is how much emotion they pack into it. A literal sword has more personality than half of anime's human leads. Plus, the dynamic of growth goes both ways. They both push each other to be stronger, and it's wholesome as hell. Number 1, Overlord. And topping the list, we've got the king of accidentally terrifying everyone, Ain's Uolgown. He starts as just a regular gamer in a dying MMO. Then the servers shut down, and he doesn't log out. Suddenly, he's stuck in the game world, ruling over NPCs who now worship him like a god. Ain's isn't just overpowered, he's strategic, menacing, and somehow relatable. Watching him pretend to be an all-knowing ruler while internally panicking is peak comedy. His guild NPCs are loyal to a terrifying degree, and the world building is straight-up elite. Sure, he's technically the villain, but you'll be cheering for him anyway, because deep down, we all want to be the misunderstood, overpowered skeleton king who rules with flair. And there you have it. 12 epic journeys from zero to god tier. From slimes to skeletons, these MCs prove that weakness is just the first stage of greatness. Which anime did you vibe with the most? Drop your favorite in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more anime chaos every week.